All right, we've had this thing for a few days and we're actually almost done with the mods. So took out 2 of the cats, left 1 cat. I know the box is still there, but most of the actual catalytic converter material is gone. So go watch the videos. You can see it on the dyno. It sounds awesome. Let's see. Doesn't need a taller windscreen because it came from the factory with one. We've got our frame sliders. I think these are MZS. I think those are aluminum. I'm not sure what they are, but anyway, I'm out. Frame sliders are one of those things that are kind of it's a misleading term. They very rarely save the frame. I mean, you can still bend or break things when they go and you hit something. It's really, I put them more on just to save the case and the radiator in low speed stuff. If I can prevent, even if this all gets rashed and scratched up, if I can keep this from taking too much of a hit to where it leaks, I'm probably gonna get some GB covers. But the biggest thing is the radiator. You have a small low side on some wet leaves or something like that. And you know, the bike lands on the plastic and cracks the radiator. So if this can at least keep the bike off the radiator, at least you could probably ride it home. So we've got that. We've got our safety wire done here. I had a drain bolt, but it's the wrong size. I've already done a first oil change, got 260 miles on the bike. The oil filter is safety wired. That is safety wired. I got some swing arm spools on order. And then I happened to just find sitting on my shelf a universal aluminum, it's all billet, tail tidy assembly. So nice and bright, sequentials. Saved myself some money because those were just sitting on the shelf. So took off the plastic one, you know, the crappy one, and put that on, and it's nice and clean. The tail is in the back, you know, it's right, it's not where the cops are gonna give you a hassle. And as you're going down the road, the tail light, the brake light, offers a little bit of lighting, so they can't even hassle you for that. So nice and clean, looks good. There is really nothing left as far as mods for this thing that I can think of. I'm gonna keep the exhaust the way it is. Suspension setup. I'm gonna try to see if I can make these bars work, if not Healy bars. That's the only other expense. All in, I'm gonna be in for like $900. Be well under $1,000 for suspension setup, ECU flash tune, modified the exhaust, tail tidy, crash protection. I mean, I couldn't even buy an exhaust alone, let alone a tune and stuff that would keep my warranty intact for the Ducati. So that's it so far, and I'm almost done with the mods. If you have any other suggestions of things that you know this bike typically needs, let me know. I mean, other than a gold chain, I was toying with the idea of doing a gold chain and cutting it 2 lengths longer so I can move the wheel back about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, maybe 1 inch. They say, oh, a little slow turn on. You're not gonna notice it if you're not a racer running at a race pace, but that little bit of extra length on the wheel being slightly further back would actually help keep the front end down so you can really pour on the gas in the first couple gears. So I'm gonna leave the gearing stock because I actually think it's geared really well. But if I can put on a gold chain, which will help keep surface rust, I've got plenty of adjustment there. If I can move that wheel back a little bit, that'll help keep the front end planted. Rear sets are fine. I haven't seen any weaknesses there. Everything feels good. So this is out of the box. This bike is damn near perfect. Doesn't need, oh, and something grippy here. I got to get something so that my knees, don't rub the paint, but also you need grip to be able to grip with your knees. This is very slick and your knees just slide right off it. So that's it. That's all this thing needs. If you can think of anything else, let me know.